finished the Silent Woods. So I kind of feel like a mountain man right now. It says right now it's -2 outside. It was -6 earlier. The sun has come out now, so I think that's kind of warming things up. Yeah, so I have like long sleeve shirt. I have a long sleeve shirt on. Got my beanie on. It's freaking cold. I do have a bunch of stuff to talk about with you guys today, so that's exciting because I just edited yesterday, or the video is going up today. Me talking about how, oh, I don't have anything to talk about. You know, it's like, I don't know what's up with the dogs today. But I do today. I do have stuff to talk about. So, one thing was I was downstairs earlier. I have, for my class, for my students, we made Christmas ornaments. And they were just like wood blank pieces that I got from Hobby Lobby. I think there was 6 in a pack. So I bought 3 packs, and I think I paid like $1 or something per pack. So I had those. So I've been working on stuff in my art area, my craft studio, art studio, whatever you want to call it. I've been like kind of rearranging things, kind of filling things out because, you know, as you know, I've redone some of that. So I did work on a little bit of that downstairs. Like I have, there's some things that are down there that are like, I put up some hooks to hang things on. I've been trying to store things into different containers to get those off the table. So just little things like that. But since I had those leftover snowflakes, I decided let's go ahead and collage this bad boys. So I made a bunch of different collage papers just using like different things that I had. Some of it were like there was a piece of like cardboard stuff that I got from or Everyplate box, and it was like had these like designs in it, but they was like really thick. So I was able to pull off that top layer, and then it gave me a nice little pattern, which I should have used that pattern this time. I didn't think about that. But anyway, so I used a little piece that peeled off. I used that, and it was like a very like craft paper, but it was very thick. So I did some of that. I did some just regular white copy paper. I did some tissue paper. I pulled some pages out of an old phone book that I had that was just sitting around. I didn't know where it came from. A lot of the numbers were like 1-800 numbers and stuff, so I'm not sure what it was from, but I just like pulled out papers out of that. Wrote some pages out of like a Better Homes and Garden that had some text I wanted. And I just went around and put like different pieces. So I used like the top of a cup to make lids, does that make sense? To make circles. I used like a scraper just to scrape some paint on. What was the other things I used? I used part of a piece of cardboard that I pulled apart, and I had like the corrugated part. I used that to make lines. Just did a bunch of different stuff. And so I used all of that to create collage on those snowflakes. to show you guys. So Rudy's family and I do a like Secret Santa so that all the siblings and their spouses only like one gift, so they don't have to buy gifts for everybody. So they do a Secret Santa. So this year, Rudy's brother was my Secret Santa, so thank you. And he got me these gouache paint sets, which we pick out. We make a list of things through this app that we use, and so we pick out stuff that we want. So this was on my list, but I want to try gouache. And so he got me this kit here. It's from Jaime. I've actually heard some YouTubers that do art stuff talk about this brand, so they were good. So it comes with, there's all the colors. And I haven't opened it all up yet, so I haven't got to play with it. And there's a little mixing pan. And then it has some paintbrushes, it looks like. Comes with it. And then these are all the colors here. And these are all the color here, and I just need to peel them all off eventually, but I don't want to break the seals yet, you know what I mean? But one of these days I'm going to practice, I can't wait. If I get time, because like they were still drying, so I tried cutting around the side of them, but because they're still kind of wet, it would tear. So I was like, I'm gonna let them dry. So by the time I edit this video tomorrow, if I have them finished, I'll go ahead and just throw them in this vlog right at the end. Like right now, I'll just kind of like do an overlay thing of them so that way you guys can see what they look like, but they will also be in tomorrow's vlog because I will probably be working down in my studio tomorrow. So I was working on that. So I don't know. I just wanted like I wouldn't say like a hipster Christmas, because that's kind of what we've been doing. Because like we've had the plaid, you know, the red plaid, you know, the flannel. That's the nod to the crispy Seattle weather, you know.
So the flannel shirt deal, is that a nod to the crispy Seattle weather, or are you just trying to stay warm in front of the refrigerator?
So I had like the red tissue paper, and I just put like boxes on it, like little things on my gel plate, and I laid that down and just peeled it off. And so I kind of gave like a little bit like that buffalo check kind of pattern, but it wasn't. It just resembled it. Kind of gave it that, like I said, it just gave it that grungy kind of like hipster look to it. And they were kind of like homemade, which is kind of a lot of the style that we're going with our Christmas stuff. So I know it's kind of late, you know, since it's December 22nd, but we can always use them next year. So I'm going to try to finish those up. And then, yeah. Another thing is I finished The Silent Woods. The book was very good. It was not... It says an evocative novel of suspense. The suspense was very minimal. I will admit, it wasn't like a whole bunch. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Like it was pretty good. If you like kind of like a wholesome suspense novel, this might be your route to go to. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like Where the Crawdads Sing, but not in that way of like her living out in the middle of nowhere, like type thing. But I mean, they do live out in the middle of nowhere, and they have some secret past that they're kind of going through. And so you go through like their current day stuff, and then you're going through his kind of past stuff of how they ended up in the woods way out there. And then like some stuff happens sort of the end, and then it gets all wrapped up all pretty. So I highly recommend this one. So if you're not a horror suspense thriller fan, but you want to try something that's good, this is a good one. Like I said, the suspense in it is very minimal. No horror, nothing scary. It was just kind of, I mean, like, besides the fact that they're living out in the middle of nowhere, I mean, like, that kind of scary. Like, they're living out in the mountains, you know, and then there's just another neighbor that lives by them that does some weird stuff. And so, like, there's some little things happening, but again, it's not like a Stephen King kind of novel. And I wouldn't go so far. I mean, suspense, yeah. Scary suspense, no. But I highly recommend this one. Good book. So it is The Silent Woods by Kimmy Cunningham Grant. And sorry about the paint on my hands. I thought I washed it all off, and then I got back upstairs and I was like, nope, missed a few places. So, but yeah, so I have that going. That's done. And then now I'm just editing, and it's actually encoding right now. So I actually get both videos up today, and that's pretty exciting. And you guys will get to watch me again cook dinner tonight. So I wasn't going to do it, but then I keep getting people commenting. They're like, I'm so glad it's your week to cook again, because I love watching you know, the relaxingness of the cooking. So So I'm like, awesome. So yeah. So I was gonna give you guys cooking, but I am now. So enjoy the cooking.